is Wednesday, my dudes.
Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Toast, a podcast about comic book stuff where we talk about all kinds of comic book related things. My name is Lex, also known as Wednesday Pool by Simon and 3 other people. And I'm here with
Sexy Lexi.
I'm here with
At least.
I'm here with my co-host Simon. Simon, what's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right. This podcast, we mentioned it last episode that we switched the format up. We're going to do once a month where we recap the month previously. Last episode, Simon and I talked for 5 hours, but the episode was only 1 hour. And so this time we shortened that a little bit, and definitely not going to be a 5-hour episode. It's going to probably be about the same length, but we didn't do the full. But I mean, last time we hadn't really done that in a while. We hadn't virtually talked in a minute, so we had to catch up.
Yeah, that's what happens is we catch up forever and then say a lot of things that we're going to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
We say them again on the show when we
with less enthusiasm than when he originally talked about it.
Yeah, and I've always run into this when I do videos for work or whatever. When I have the discussion previous to the video with whoever I'm talking about or talking to, and I'm like, so please don't say like I said earlier, because people have a tendency to want to, so they don't think that you've forgotten that you've said the thing to you. It's like, no, I know that you said it earlier. I want you to act like you never said it to me before.
Yeah, I do. I do that a lot, and I always catch myself doing it. It's been a good month. We talked. There's not a lot that happened early in the month. Most of our conversation is probably going to be about San Diego Comic-Con since we didn't go again. I was very close. And I had this
closest you've ever been. So I
had this 4-hour window where I was going, and then my wife came home from work and shot that.
You imagine you just leave and she's like, "What you doing?" You're packed up driving down the road.
Yeah.
Nothing, just going to get the groceries.
Yeah, no, it was a very euphoric 4 hours of my life where I thought I was going to San Diego Comic-Con for the first time. Invited. I would have to pay to travel there and stay, which was another. Before my wife got home, I started looking up hotels and flights and Airbnbs. I was like, there's no fucking chance.
Yeah. I mean,
it
beyond
was crazy
the surcharge.
expensive.
Yeah, beyond what they're getting or what people charge just for the event, I bet it's already hella expensive. So
yeah. There was some CD motel 45 minutes away that was like $200 a night. And I was like,
nice.
$200 in my hometown, that's like a $30 max night.
Dude,
I'll pay that.
Hotel's like
It'd be grossed out. But I'm not going to pay $200 for to bring bed bugs back to my house.
You got to check the sheets for heroin needles and stuff.
Yeah. Not going to do that. And it's after my wife, reminded me that we were taking the kids somewhere that same week. I had a few people reach out like, "Hey, I was going. I don't have a room anymore. I can pass it on to you." And it was very cool to see the sort of community reaction when I said that I couldn't go. So maybe I said maybe I just tell Simon maybe next year, but I can't go next year because I'll be in Japan hopefully, unless we get another pandemic that cancels my trip a week before we go.
I bet it won't be a pandemic. I'm sure it'll be something else.
Yeah, maybe I'll be fleeing the country at that point. Maybe that's what it'll be. Maybe I will be trying to move to Japan for my 40th birthday.
Shit, man. Yeah.
So I lost my train of thought dreaming of fleeing to Japan.
Fleeing the country. Just the cherry blossom petals coming down as you enter
me in a kimono and those wooden clogs walking down my cherry blossom garden. Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you remember those Japanese exchange students at MSU that made? Yeah. I think they made some wood clogs like the sandals. I think they made them in wood shop. They were just so straight. They were just straight up squares, and they were walking through the cafeteria with them on, and it was the loudest. It was like an instrument, like wood blocks.
Smacking 2 wood blocks together.
It was my first dose of real culture.
Yeah. I strongly believe that Simon and I could go to New York Comic-Con this year, but I know Simon has a convention that he goes to around the same time.
It's like a week later, I think.
Yeah, so I haven't really pushed that. And next year, this is my serious plan. I want to go to New York Comic-Con you and I know you have that other one a week later that you go to. This would be the third year that you've gone?
Be fourth.
Fourth.
I was really focused on going on it this year because I have a couple buddies that I talk to all the time that I haven't met, that they don't even really collect these figures, which I didn't when I first went either. And they finally decided to go ahead and they're going to come and meet up. So it'll be pretty cool to be able to hang out with some people that I haven't really met before.
That would be cool.
I mean, like,
cool.
we're good online friends. We've spoken over video. We do the Behind the Plastic, like, YouTube series together, but we don't really.
Instead of trying to go to New York Comic Con this year, I might sneak in your luggage and sleep on your hotel couch.
I mean, yeah, we can get a cot. It's only a weekend.
Yeah.
I usually
Did you get a hotel for yourself, or are you with the?
I got a hotel, and someone is staying with me. We basically, me and 3 other dudes usually split. We split a room last year. Like, they 2 got a room and we 2 got a room. The year before that, the guy that stayed with me last year, he lives in Jersey, and he kept driving home, and he'd have to cut his night off early and stuff to go home. And I was like, do you want to just, there's another double queen. Why don't you just stay, or double, whatever. I was like, you could just stay in here. And so he ended up being my roommate for the weekend anyway. So it's like, yeah.
I wouldn't crash. I wouldn't want to crash. Your party, but that would be cool.
Anything. You're not hurting anything there, man. You're more the merrier. Like,
that would be cool. I'm not really in that world, but I mean,
it's fun to just go.
You and I are, when I think about the stuff that I do online, I think you and I are like Abbott and Costello. You and I are a pair. Like, I really don't see myself doing anything online if you're not tied to it in some way. Is that weird? It's called codependency, I think. I think that's what my therapist said.
No, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I think about how even if it's independent, like something that you're not so into, I'm like, how could I tie this back to our stuff?
And what's weird is, and this is a real conversation I had with my therapist recently when I was thinking about going to New York Comic Con, and she was like, why don't you just go by yourself? And I was like, well, I can't go without Simon. Yeah. And she was like, I know that you care about your friend, but you can go. And I was like, I can't. Like, not only it's like 50%, 63% because we're friends, and I want my friend to experience this big thing with me, and then the rest of the percentages of me not wanting to go somewhere alone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't think if I'd gone to Legion's Con and not met and clicked with the people that I already knew online, like really hung out with them in person, because we really don't talk that much, these dudes and I, outside of that. Every once in a while we'll talk online here and there, but we don't have like full breadth conversations like we do there. And if I wasn't comfortable with them, I would never go back. Like, that would have been it. Unless you were going with me.
When you first went, did it feel weird having never met them in person? And then only talk to them online and then going to meet them in person?
Yeah. And I mean, it was the same for them. They told me later, because I was from Texas, they were like, well, we don't really talk about that sort of stuff online. So we're like, they're from Maine.
Oh, no, that's a stark difference.
Yep. I think they're from Mass or Maine. Anyway, but they were like, yeah, we're not quite. And then the other dudes are from Jersey. And I mean, everybody's different everywhere. It's not like Texas is strictly red or strictly whatever. And same with them. But they were apprehensive, I could say. But they were like, yeah, man, when we first started talking to you, it was just crazy how open-minded you were. And we were really surprised. And I was like, not everybody in Texas is a, asshole, right?
Yeah, most people, but not everyone.
I mean, I can be an asshole, but not in the ways that you were expecting.
Yeah, the cool kind of asshole. The thing is, there are people that I talk to regularly online, but there's that anxiety of me, and this sounds lame, but it's the anxiety of me going to, and they're always like, hey, let's meet up at the convention or whatever. It's like the anxiety of doing that. It's partially scary. Yeah, it's partially my thing of like, I have enough friends in real life. Like, I can count them. I can count them on one hand. People that, that's enough. When I say friends, I mean like people that have met my kids, essentially, is the barometer on how I gauge that. People that met and my kids know their names. So I have enough of those. And there's only like 4 people.
I had an experience not too long ago. I met up with my buddy Marky, He lives in Dallas, and his wife's real cool, and his kid's real cool. His name's Chuck. I think I told you, he's just Chuck, which I love.
Yeah, that's cool.
Great dude. I may have told this whole damn story. I don't remember. But anyway, last time I was down to visit him, we met up with this guy that we hadn't met before. This is sounding so familiar to me.
Yeah, I haven't heard this story.
Okay. We met up with another toy photographer who was like not who we expected. You just see the name, you never see the face. And he was like 55 or something.
Hell yeah.
But he didn't look it. He was like a pretty toned black dude that looked like he was in his late 30s. Not what I expected at all.
I want people to describe me that way in the future.
Yeah.
A not so distant future.
Yeah. And then, but Chuck's like running around. I don't know if you care if I'm naming his kid on the show, but anyway, his kiddo was running around and hugged me on the leg or whatever. And the dude that we just met was like, "Oh, are you like Uncle Simon?" I was like, "I've met this kid 3 times. I don't know." It's like, I guess he likes me, and which is great. But I'm like, I don't know if we're all comfortable enough to be like Uncle Simon. But he's a cool kid. He's a good kid.
You're the proverbial Uncle Simon, though, right? You are an uncle. Don't have any kids.
I mean,
you're the proverbial Uncle
nieces
Simon.
And nephews that don't call me Uncle Simon, so I don't know if this kid would. But it was just a funny experience.
They don't call you Uncle Simon?
No,
they just call you Simon.
No. Well, yeah, most of. I think I wouldn't want to. I don't love that. To me, that's like too much.
I don't think my nephews call me anything. I don't think they've ever. I can't remember the last time they called me by my name.
Right. Same thing. Like my niece, she just turned 18. She'll try to like roast me, and I'm like, you don't want to fucking play this game. Like I'll roast the shit out of you. Like I can get to the stuff that's gonna make you cry. I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm mean. So I'm actually mean. I'm not funny. I'm mean. I'm very mean.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're gonna try to roast me in front of your friends, like I will make you cry.
Yeah. I'm a mean person.
Yeah, no, she didn't really call me Uncle Simon. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't talk to my other nieces and nephews very often. Not often enough for them to call me that.
Same. My nephews that I'm close with, they're adults now. Yeah. If they called me Uncle anything, I don't know. They would already call. We talk so much. It's never like a formal like, "Hello, Uncle." It's just like, they just send a message or whatever.
It's not just seeing each other at funerals. That's where I see my other nieces and nephews.
Yeah. And that's what this podcast is, guys. Again, we're not cutting anything out.
You're Uncle Corner.
Yeah, you're here to talk to me and Simon and know what's going on with us. And this month will be the month of July. We talked about we are going to miss the talking about Spider-Man, but we'll be fine. I think we'll talk about it next month. I'm sure the discourse is going to be normal about it.
Yeah, definitely. There aren't already major complaints.
Movie complaints are so weird, and I have I'm not jaded. I think I've moved past the point of being jaded. It's almost background noise to me now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the typical things have been said. They were rage baity and triggering the first couple of years where they would just be like, everybody hates women, everybody hates marginalized groups. And it just doesn't, it doesn't even bother me. I just don't even pay attention. I see it and I'm just like, okay, it's almost like seeing an ad on social media. You just scroll past it.
Yeah. The one there, it really is just for clicks. Like, I think that people have gotten so they've turned this into it's just for clicks, but then they say it so much that they start believing it. Like it's their opinion.
And they feel like they have to
just repeating.
They feel like they have to internalize it.
Yeah. Somebody in one of the groups that I'm in, the chat groups, they saw the Wolverine trailer, the Insomniac game. It looks cool. And they were like, women look kind of rough. And I was like, yeah, how dare they not put on a full face of makeup before they go battle ninjas? Yeah. And he was like, but it's based on a comic. And I said, well, it is a comic character, but it's not based on the comics. It's their own thing. And he was like, oh, that's why he's wearing a bright yellow suit. And I'm like, Hugh Jackman wore a bright yellow suit. Is that also comic based? I think based on a comic and comic based are different things.
Are you saying that Logan is hot enough because he is hot in the comics? He's hot enough, but the women aren't hot.
Right. I said later he brought up something about the suits or something. I don't remember, but I said, yeah, how dare those women not have 36 double Ds and 26-inch waists? Come on now.
Yeah. Why?
I'm so tired of hearing shit like that.
Why do you need every woman to look like this? Is not real life. And I think it's because these people don't live in real life, actually live and interact with people and have women that talk to them. I think that's the problem. And then when you start to realize that these are the people that you're responding to, it almost becomes a joke.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like you said, like they don't the women in their lives are in most cases, I'm giving people credit here, are in most cases probably people they respect or like those
Yeah.
women, right? But then there's
Their
these
mother.
people.
It's usually their
Yeah.
mother
And
only.
yeah, right. That's all they got, their mom. But then over here are the others that don't get that same kind of respect. And I mean, that's not just with women. You can see the same thing, and it's this thought process of the good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah, it's gross.
I'll never say it
But
because I know that I'm not now, but I know in my life, absolutely terrible person. So I'll never be someone that's like, I'm one of the good. I'm not.
well, that's you saying that. You're like,
Yeah.
no, you're not going to say that
Terrible
about
person.
yourself. It's some asshole rich white dude that's like, yeah, Lex is one of the good ones, though.
Yeah. Never. Not remotely.
But this, I don't know. I just hate the discourse. It's stupid.
Yeah.
People need to get a fucking life. If
They
you
do.
don't like the thing, don't pay attention to it. It's not for you.
I saw someone post on Threads. They were like, every time I go viral, it reminds me why I shouldn't be famous. And I got to thinking, I was like, most of the times that I go
Yeah, I
viral,
saw that.
most of the times I go viral on Threads, it's because I'll see a movie, and every single movie, no matter how I feel about it, no matter what it is, I say the exact same thing. But insert movie was ass, and then I will have a connecting post that actually gives my thoughts on the movie. And it's generally a positive one. I don't
Autocorrect.
say I don't do it on movies that I don't like. If there's a movie that I see that I don't like, I I typically don't really talk about it. And
Yeah,
I know
why
people
would
say
you?
that's not,
How
that's
dare
you
you not make it
being whatever.
content, man?
But yeah, I'm not, we talked about it in the last episode. I'm not a critic. I'm not a reviewer. I see things. If I like it, I feel like I don't do any service adding to the like nagging about a movie because it's like a personal experience.
In my opinion, it is better to make a recommendation versus like punching down on something.
Yeah.
So if you like
Saying,
something, say, I like this for this reason, then people will know if they respect you, they'll go see it. And if they think it's dog shit, then maybe they'll have their opinion about you.
yeah.
But I mean, there's the punching down. It's exhausting.
And there's
How does
so
anybody have that time?
much of it now.
Yeah.
It's become the market share of like how you get clicks and how you get
Right.
engagement is by being negative. I'm guilty of it. That's the only reason I do that stupid post. Mainly because one, people will comment like, hell yeah, brother, and then I know to block that person instantly. Or two, people will follow me and then realize that I actually don't hate women and marginalized people, and then they will block me. So it's sort of like shooting fish in a barrel. That's kind of why I do that post.
He's like, wait, he's
Wait a
not
second. Wait a second.
Yeah. Hold on.
Wait a second. I thought you were one of the good ones.
Yeah. Bringing it back.
What do you mean? What do you mean, women?
Yeah.
I think they're great. Like that statement right there would have 100 like weirdo comments. Like, yeah, but or women aren't this. If I simply posted, I think women are great. If I posted that online, the reactions would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just because the internet's not real.
Yeah, the dead internet theory. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe it. They're not real.
Sometimes I'll get a comment. I just reply like, "This is a bot," and I see you for what you are.
Nice try, Stalin.
I see you for what you are. There wasn't a lot that happened in the early. Now that we're talking about reactions to movies, it has me thinking there wasn't a lot that happened early in the month of July. I'm sure there were a few things, but I did see the Odyssey. I didn't plan on seeing it opening weekend. I don't know if you've read the Odyssey and you see there's like an old TV movie about the Odyssey that I remember from back in the day.
Arthur did it. Wishbone did it.
You're familiar with the story of the Odyssey, so I wasn't really, and I like Christopher Nolan. I'm not part of his cult or anything, but I do like Christopher Nolan movies typically. But I wasn't thrilled. I didn't think it was going to be this big thing, but my wife wanted to see it, so I was like, sure. I didn't need it. I don't have any more.
Yeah.
I was very weak resolve. Like, yeah, let's see it then. Fine. And it was very good. Very good. Very, very good movie. And it was weird to see, sometimes you'll see a good movie, or sometimes you'll see a movie and you'll see negative reactions to it. And some of the negative reactions, you'll be like, yeah, whatever, I'll take that. It's not for
Sure.
everybody.
Yeah.
But this was a movie that I was like, this movie's so good that it's almost safe from like real vitriol. Like I can get why some people don't like some things, but it's almost safe from any of that. But you had people just coming out of the gates talking about how bad this movie was. Very small. It was a very small community with this one specifically. Obviously, people that hated Elliot Page being in it, people that hated Lupita being Helen, which is
Yeah.
the most insane thing to me. Because they're like,
she's
Helen
so
is supposed to
fine.
be, the comment that I see is Helen is supposed to be this gorgeous woman that men went to war for. And I'm like, are we not looking at the same woman?
Yeah, are we looking at the same person? What
What are you
I
talking
saw
about?
well, and you talk about, and I hate repeating this because it's so fucking stupid, such a stupid take, but I saw this today, and Threads is like poison. And I don't like that Instagram links out to it because I'll hit the clickbaity thing, and then I'm in Threads just getting pissed off. But some pundit guy, young kid who will grow up to be some kind of white supremacist leader, I'm sure. But he said, Helen of Detroit.
That's pretty good.
And then it was a picture of her, like, obviously despondent from the movie. Something happened and she was like really upset.
Which I've seen that photo and I don't even think that's from that movie.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then you click on his profile because I'm like falling into the trap. You click on his profile and it's like all things for Jesus. And I'm like, yeah, Jesus would be all about that one, you fucking idiot.
It's usually a very common through line that you'll see somebody post something like that, and then you'll see it's almost like they have to throw those religious. They almost have to throw those religious posts up because when it's all said and done, and they're at the pearly gates, and they're like, "Man, you really hated brown people and women and the queer community." They're like, "Hey, but I posted about Jesus a few times. Doesn't it like?"
Yeah. Don't I get some credit for that?
Don't I get some credit for that one? They're just dumb. I think that's what it boils down to.
What a waste of
And
space.
the more that I interact with them, see, I don't interact with them seriously. You can go to my Threads account and look at my replies, and I don't seriously react to anybody on there. But if I did, and sometimes someone will say something that might trigger me, and I might respond. A lot of times I'll delete it because I feel dumber engaging with someone that I know has low intelligence. And
I don't know the exact verse. I think it's a psalm, but it says, if you argue with an idiot, a passersby wouldn't be able to tell between the two.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't interact with dumb people.
Yeah. That's great. I need to look that up.
Yeah, it's just gross. But so Odyssey came out. It's pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but
It's really
good. So
it was really good. That's all I have to say about it. Again, if you've read the Odyssey, I'm not trying to sound pretentious. I think I was forced to read it in school, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's no surprises here.
I've seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Same thing.
Yeah, I would argue that that's a better Odyssey than the Odyssey. I'm sure that's going to get some kickback. I love that movie though.
It's so good, man. Infinitely quotable.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con. It's salty again. I should have been there. Could have been there. I do plan on. Well, that's what I was going to say earlier. Simon, New York Comic-Con, Heroes Con next year. Those are the two. Schedule it. Don't forget it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If we for sure go, I'll forego probably going to Mythic Legion.
We can for sure be invited to that.
Yeah, because I can go to the Mesco booth and like get a Mesco thing.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing
that's all I want to go.
Both of those. So be on the lookout for that. Obviously, I'm really bummed missing San Diego Comic Con. Probably, and I said that I was going to stop doing content creation when I got into my 40s, but like I'm just holding on just so I can get that one invite to San Diego Comic Con.
Why not? You need that refreshing take. People need the refreshing take that you're not an asshole content creator.
Yeah.
Like that's the important thing to remember. Is like you're doing the public a service.
I am, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being serious.
But not in the same. No, I mean, I feel like I am an asshole, but not in the same way. Not in the same way, like mean to people that just like things.
Yeah, no, you are not like that at all.
Typically an asshole to assholes.
Right. You're bullying the bullies.
Sense. Yeah, that makes sense. San Diego Comic-Con, one day we'll be there. Just not this year, next year. Sorry. But there was a lot of stuff that happened I
Yeah.
bitterly wasn't going. I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking pay attention to it this year. Wah, I'm not going. I'm salty about it. But then I was locked in for the entire. I mean, DC themselves. We talked about the boycott and things that happened in recent times. And I mentioned that maybe there were some things that people might have known or in the works. Well, and DC had released like all kinds of things at the Comic Con, so was very excited and very wishing I was there. I mean, I was jealous that I was in the front row at this specific panel. But it was very refreshing to see them so focused on comic books at the comic convention because over the past few years I've heard tons of people complain about San Diego Comic-Con being taken over by consumers and like
Yeah.
movies only and TV shows and things that aren't even comic books. And it's called the comic convention. You do have the jocks and the chicks, the hot chicks that like to dress up in cosplay characters they'd never seen before but they
Yeah.
actually hate anime and comic books. It's been taken over by all these things. And we've been to smaller conventions where it's comic books everywhere where you can
Yeah.
thumb through comic
Basically
books all
only.
over the floor. And so it's sad to see that like San Diego Comic Con, one of the biggest convention, doesn't have that same sort of feel. But it seems like DC was all comic book announcements. I know James Gunn said the DCU wasn't having any announcements or anything at SDCC, and I honestly I think I appreciate that. I know we saw Clayface. I think there was a trailer for that, and then a new trailer for Lanterns that's about to come out. But
Mhm.
other than that, they kept it all comics, and it was great, man.
Yeah. And I mean, you'll have to tell me more about it. I saw some of your clips, but because I'm not an avid reader, it kind of passed by me and I was surprised, but proud that they had put, so much effort into the comic presentation.
Yeah. So they announced a bunch of new DC Next Level titles, and DC Next Level is the initiative the current era that they're in. They had a previous run where it had like Dead Man. I can't even remember what was all in that. Yeah, don't even remember what was all in that. But in this one, the upcoming DC Next Level lineup is Teen Titans, which is a new roster of Teen Titans led by the Red Hood. They have a new
Mm,
Legion of Superheroes, which looks insane. A new Doom Patrol, a new Jonah Hex, the Demon, which I'm really excited about because I love the Demon, and it's done by
yeah.
James Harren, who did Ultra Mega.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
he has the perfect art style for that. Shadow of the Bat, which is gonna be great because it's by Dennis Cowan, I believe.
Mhm.
Then the big ones were Static from Cody
I saw
Ziegler,
that. Yeah. Okay.
A Static ongoing book, which is huge. And Cody Ziegler is the perfect person for this book because he just came off of a Miles Morales book, 42 issues, was insane. And Miles and Static are sort of similar. So I think
Why do you
obviously he'll
say
be able
that?
to because they have electric based power.
Yeah. There you go. What was that? I did see a clip on something. I don't know if you've seen that, but it was like, why does every black superhero,
Yeah.
the test was, can you name a black superhero that doesn't have black in their name
Uh-huh.
or doesn't have electric based powers?
Yeah.
And
It's tough.
it was difficult. And
It's
then
tough for
somebody
people.
said, yeah, they said cyborg. And the dude was like, yeah, but it's kind of electric based. It's like, well,
Kind
not
of,
really.
yeah.
But yeah, it's
Cyborg
kind of,
counts for sure. Spawn counts, even though people don't recognize him as a black character a lot. There's a bunch. Mr. Terrific. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm too tired. That is a fun one though. There is a lot of like it's sort of like the Black Lightning trope.
mhm.
Like he's the
Well, once someone says that, that's all you can't think of
yeah,
anything
that's why
else. So you put it in your head.
that's why. And
Like,
then
don't think of Abraham Lincoln.
we're also getting Vixen ongoing, which has been teased for a very long time from
Who's fixing?
Steph, the DC character.
Mhm.
She has the totem and she can use the powers of different animals.
Okay,
She was
cool.
in
Yeah,
Justice League Unlimited as a potential love interest for Jon Stewart.
yeah, I
Really
got you.
cool. Vixen ongoing from Stephanie Williams, which is going to be insane. And then there's a Steel ongoing from Morgan Hampton, which is also going to be nuts. I'm a huge fan of Steel.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about that. And then they announced some other books that were DC related. I think they have a crossover between the regular Batman and Absolute Batman called Between Two Batman, maybe? Sorry,
That's a porno.
I thought I thought I had it pulled up.
That's a porno.
I do
I don't
not.
know what you're talking about.
That's the porn
Uh,
version. I don't have it pulled
yeah,
up, but it is a crossover between the two Batman. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It seems like the obvious choice would be to do it between Absolute Flash and regular Flash, but they didn't do that
I
because
don't guess
Batman
I
is Batman. I
understand.
mean, yeah, well, it's the Batman of two worlds. That's what it is.
I guess because Flash can go between universes,
Yeah,
maybe? Or is that what? Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and there's have you ever seen that old image where it's the brick wall in the middle, and then it's Jay Garrick Flash, and then Barry Allen Flash running to save the same person? In my head, that's what I saw. But this one looks fine. It's called Batman of Two Worlds, and it's obviously Absolute Batman's the most popular character in comic books right now. So
It's
of course he has to
crazy.
do it.
It's funny because it's such a '90s, like he's from the '90s essentially, like huge bulky dude, not afraid of extra brutal attacks and like cuts people's
Yeah,
hands off and shit.
yeah. They
'90s
had some
needs
other
more
stuff like
pouches, but
they gave us a first look at Absolute Cyborg, who reminds me of. You remember the game Prototype?
yes, yep,
Prototype 2 was a black guy. Probably that's why Absolute Cyborg reminds me of him. But he has the giant, like, sort of Tetsuo from Akira arm. He looks great. So Absolute Cyborg will show up in Absolute Flash. And then they showed a really gross looking Absolute Cheetah. Very excited about that. That's the thing about the Absolute Universe.
Cheetah,
Everything kind of looks gross.
absolute cheetah
Cheetah, the villain from
from
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
And what else am I missing? I think that's I
from
think
DC.
that's most of the DC, but I know there's a Jonah Hex book, Shadow of the Death, which some people are like, "Who asked for a Jonah Hex book?" For Jonah Hex, I love a good cowboy story, man. Jonah Hex
Yeah,
is good.
Jonah Hex is cool. He's the only figure from McFarlane redid they're redoing the Batman animated series figures, and he's the only one that was a build a figure that I bothered to build
Yeah,
because he's just a cowboy.
I would have did that too. He's great, cowboy with a gross face.
Yeah, he's the BTAS version too, so he looks extra gross, like the Crypt Keeper, but
D
white.
DC had some other things they announced. They have this game coming out. I didn't see too much about it, but it ties to the Cape Crusaders show. It's a video game. I don't know what platform it's going to be on.
I don't know. Go Cape Crusade. Oh,
It's the Amazon
that's the
Prime show.
older. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't forgive me, listeners. I don't know much about that one. I don't know. I'm sort of
Mm,
a fair weather gamer now, so
same. Yeah.
I don't keep up with all the updates. And so if someone knows more about that, they'll have to let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was we had other publishers that had some really cool stuff that I didn't make notes for. But more, I was looking for. I thought I had notes. I don't. And Marvel, I was looking like, oh man, surely Marvel is going to come out with some sort of comic book news. It feels like DC has taken over when it comes to comic books, and then Marvel is. The movies have always been fine. They are doing better, significantly better when it comes to video games. You know, they
Yeah.
have Wolverine, they have Marvel Tokon, which I've been playing all weekend, and
I forgot about that demo.
I've
Is it good?
I've given
You like it?
I love it, but I am not good at fighting
Right.
games.
It's an
So,
Arc Systems work. Is it the same that did
yeah,
Fighters? Dragon Ball Fighters?
I believe so.
Yeah. It looks solid, but I'm the same. I'm not good and I don't want to learn.
Yeah. So you download it right now and play it, and then once you've played it for a little bit, I think I'm good on it. I know that's the opposite effect that a beta is supposed to have on you,
Mhm.
but I've had a son for a while now, and for years of his life, it's just been me with very little effort destroying him at fighting games. And I played with him a few times. I've lost every single time, and I don't like that feeling. And I don't want to. I don't want to dedicate any amount of time to learning how to play the game. So I'm just not gonna play it.
You're not going to learn enough just to put him in his place and be like, okay, never
I
again
don't
now.
know. I don't know if I can. I think it will crush me even more if I actively
Try.
learn and then I still can't beat
Yeah.
him.
The
So
like, it's like a generational reaction time thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's no,
that's what it is.
at this point in my life, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
get
So
that.
I'd rather go off the assumption that I wasn't trying rather than I
Yeah.
tried
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even trying to. It's fine.
that I tried and lost. So Marvel did have some comic book announcements. They have this book called Maximum X-Men by Christopher Yost and Tony Daniel, which is going to be after the current Armageddon event, which is going to be. I'm out of touch with the X-Men books right now. I'm sure it'll be fine. Predator versus Punisher, a new crossover that's going to be pretty cool. Comes out in November. There's a new Iron Man story arc called War Machines, which I love War Machines, so I'll be checking that out. And they talked about post Queen and Black storylines with Mary Jane, Venom, and then they talked a little bit about the Midnight Universe that they have coming out, which is Midnight Spider-Man, Midnight Fantastic Four, and Midnight X-Men, which are sort of these dark universe tales of these characters. So that's pretty cool. And I think there's a prequel comic that is coming out for the Wolverine game, which I will have to check out. Mildly interested.
I wonder what the women will look like.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be gross looking, just like in the trailer.
It's gonna be ugly, real world ladies. Gross.
We're kidding. We're making fun of people that have that actual reaction. Yeah. But Marvel did have, obviously they had their Hall H, which I was like, there's nothing. I was so hyped up on comic book news. I was feeling the comic book love, and I was like, there's nothing. I like the movies. I've always liked comic book movies, even when they're bad. I've loved them since the 80s, 90s. I loved all of them. I like Howard the Duck. I just like seeing.
I've never seen that one.
I just like seeing comic book movies in a different medium. Sometimes they're not always home runs, but I always like them.
Yeah, it's neat to see the thing in real-ish life, you know. Yeah.
I have the better version of it, but I read it on the comic book page. It's fine to watch a different adaptation. Mm-hmm. So I was like, there's nothing really from Hall H that's going to excite me. I'm very neutral going into Doomsday. I'm not crazy thrilled about it, but I'm not anti-Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm like, the MCU sucks now, or, everything is woke. It's none of that. It's just, I'm going to see it. I'm very neutral on it. I'm ready for it. Yeah. I'm excited for it. That's about it. I don't need to see more of it. I don't need any new announcements at Hall H for it.
To me, this is a lot like they did Infinity War too. I really appreciated how little I knew going in, and same with Endgame. Like once we were at that point, it was just the perfect amount of advertising or whatever. Like I'm aware of it and I need to know nothing else. And I feel like this one will have the same kind of twists and turns as those. Like
just I do. Crazy. Some people have been saying like there's no build up for Doctor Doom and they're just going to shoehorn Doctor Doom in there because of the Kang thing. And I'm like, yeah, that part is probably true. They are making it more about Doom because of the Kang, Jonathan Majors fallout. But also, like Thanos didn't have a ton of build up before Infinity War. They showed him a few times. They did show him more than they showed Doctor Doom. But like not much more because we've seen Doctor Doom at the end of Fantastic Four. We saw Thanos in
Avengers.
Was it Age of Avengers, the first one? Was it Age of Ultron?
I think
Guardians.
So it was, in Guardians. I think he was the biggest thing in, I feel like it was Avengers because like Loki actually talked to him.
Yeah. He was in Guardians. He screams at Ronan. Yeah. He was in the Thor movie where he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Was that Thor?
It was one of, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Or he says, he puts on the glove, fine, I'll do it myself or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Right.
Sure, there were like subtle nods to him and stuff, but it wasn't a huge buildup.
It was more of a buildup of how he was influencing other things. So like Avengers, which is the biggest one where he's influencing that, but the Ronan, that part, I mean, it's just like, minor influences throughout, but really doesn't build up until like maybe in Captain America too, I guess a little bit because of the cosmic cube.
And that's what I was going to say. He has the benefit of also the Infinity Stones being a lead up. Like all the Infinity Stones were in different movies and a focus of the MCU. And it just so happened that those two are synonymous with each other. Like the Infinity Gems and gems. No one calls it anymore. No one calls them gems anymore. Infinity Stones.
Not since the game.
Infinity Gems and Thanos are like hand in hand. So he got the benefit of that. And there's not a lot of that.
Almost like a hand in glove.
There's not a lot of that, but I'm sure it's going to be fine, man. And guess what? If it's not, it's going to be all right.
It'll be pretty to look at.
It'll be all right. It's going to make a boatload of money and they'll continue to make them.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer that they came out with though?
Yes. The newest one?
with
Yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
What'd you think
Yeah.
about it before we were talking about the other?
I didn't place too much time on it. I just as the I feel like that was a perfect kind of trailer because I know there's a bunch of misdirects in it.
Yeah, for sure.
But on the other hand, I feel like people have gotten so used to that sort of thing that people are like, "Why does Steve Rogers look so crazy? He's definitely a villain. Look at him." I'm like, "It's the lighting, bro."
Yeah. Now they're
I don't
overanalyzing it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's the villain that you
It's
think.
dangerous.
Like, I don't
That's dangerous territory because then they'll make a version of the movie up in their head,
Right.
and
It's never
sort of
gonna
like
live
they
up to
did,
that.
yeah, like they did with Multiverse of Madness. They were pretty vague with what they were releasing about that. There were like leaks and speculation. Then people just started making up movies in their head, man. And
Yeah,
when it didn't happen on screen, like people were let down, and it's really their own fault.
kind of. I mean, that movie though did have
I didn't like that
it
movie,
didn't even
but
know it
it
didn't know what it
wasn't
was doing either.
because yeah, it wasn't because, all the characters in the world that I wanted weren't in there. In the same vein,
Right.
like, on the opposite, Deadpool and Wolverine was exactly what everyone wanted and had everything that you could have had in there and shoehorned every character that they could have, and I thought that movie was just fine.
It was exactly that. It was a
Yeah,
fan service movie that they shoved
yeah,
everything into. Yep.
yeah, and people loved it. So it's just like it's hard for these I'm not sticking up for big studios. They have the money to handle
Yeah.
it.
Disney, they're so low down.
It's hard to see what these fools want when they're, like, complaining about the quality of movies, but they also want everything, like, everything that they make up in their head.
I would still defend Eternals in a lot of ways for doing something kind of original recently. I
I
didn't
can't believe
love
that
it.
movie has been shunned the way it has been. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like even if you didn't enjoy that movie, the movie was not as bad as they are acting as the movie
right.
is.
It did some original stuff. Like I said, I didn't love every part of it, and then they just tried to act like it
They
didn't
act like it
happen
doesn't
until Captain
exist.
America.
Well, even
Yeah,
now, they act like it doesn't exist. You would imagine that the Eternals would be in this movie, or at least nod a nod to them, but they act like they don't even exist anymore.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so the Doctor Doom thing, I'm interested in. I know that Ryan Reynolds appeared in the X Force Deadpool costume. A lot of that stuff is just so
A lot of
gimmicky.
people a lot of people think that's what it was, but actually it was
It
a
was gene
denim
pool.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
denim Deadpool suit.
yeah, that's what I saw.
So it's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
Right. I think so there's a Ghost Rider reveal.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah, just the logo, and then they bring down the lights, and then Ryan Gosling appears, and that's all well and good. And I love Ryan Gosling, and I think that'll be great. I think he would be good in that part, but I won't believe shit that they say until there's a
Yeah.
movie trailer out.
Yeah, I feel like the era of the gimmick casting, like, announcement is over. I think they killed it with Blade,
Yeah,
and
Blade is such a disappointment.
yeah. I was saying before we started talking about Doomsday, there wasn't a lot that I was excited for Hall H, but I love Ghost Rider. I love Ryan Gosling, so that's cool. But I agree with Simon. Like they announced Blade at San Diego Comic Con, and it was like we don't know when
It
the
was
movie's
like
coming out, but we
it's
cast
like 7 years
Blade.
ago, right?
Yeah, but we cast Blade, and it came out, and I was like, this big deal. And then it just never happened. In fact, Kevin Feige recently said he feels like a loser for not being able to get it off the ground, which a lot of people are speculating that it's just straight up canceled now, which is even more proof that they want the Eternals to just not exist because he talked at the end of that movie
Mhm.
to the Black Knight. But he was in What If, Blade was, Marshall
Yeah.
Ali.
I mean, who knows? I don't know. It is weird that they couldn't get off the ground. They could have made a really cool standalone movie without worrying about all that shit.
Yeah, yeah. It seems doesn't seem very complicated. I don't wanna say it's not complicated. I'm not in the business at all, but it doesn't seem like Blade in general would be that complicated.
Yeah. Especially I don't know why you couldn't mix it in with some of these street level heroes because I know that they're bigger than that, especially Ghost Rider. But mixing that in with, the end of Multiverse of Madness, which was like, what is even happening here? Who's this person? Why are they important? It's just a
Yeah.
nod. That's
The
old
island of
school
lost
Marvel.
the island of lost characters that just, like, we're just gonna not talk about it again. We got Moon Knight, Glee,
Yeah, Moon Knight would be
Ironheart.
great. Midnight Suns type deal
Yeah.
would be great for Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider,
Blade and Ghost Rider showing
Doctor
like, why
Strange.
not do a season? I don't know why I haven't talked about Moon Knight. I thought it was positively received. I don't
No,
remember. It wasn't?
it was not. No, I
Oh,
remember people bitching about that and She-Hulk. Like the reception wasn't.
She-Hulk got it real bad. I thought Moon Knight was fine, and
I've just watched it recently and enjoyed it the second
the
time.
s
I thought it was
the
great.
second season of that would be perfect for, like, bringing in a Ghost Rider. I mean, I know that you have Ryan Gosling, he's not gonna wanna show up in a Disney Plus TV series.
Why not? You know,
But, yeah,
he,
I don't know.
he doesn't
I don't know.
seem.
Oscar
I
Isaac
don't.
just as a big actor, so I don't know why. But that would be the perfect setup for, like, Midnight Suns or introducing these other characters, supernatural characters into the Marvel Universe.
Mhm.
But it seems like if they're gonna do this big epic, I don't know if that's gonna happen in Doomsday, but if they're gonna do this big deal in Secret Wars, it seems really strange to not have all the characters that you've introduced so far in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Even as I don't know. So getting back to the Doom Avengers Doomsday, excuse me. I think we talked about it online, and I know just seeing the trailer, I know there's going to be so much time devoted to like, oops, wait, who are you fighting? Like that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
drives me crazy. Though I thought it
Yeah,
was going to
I
be like
posted a really funny reel or something where someone did it,
yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, this is exactly what it's gonna be like." Wait, you hate Doctor Doom too? It's gonna be
yeah.
like 2 hours of that.
I hate that shit. But yeah, I don't know. In that scenario, maybe it makes sense. I do have a prediction about the movie, though. I think that I don't know necessarily that the well, like I said earlier, no, I don't necessarily think that Doctor Doom is the big bad of the movie. I feel like it's going to be something larger than him. And I don't know enough about comics, but like the Infinity War or whatever, somebody was saying, "Oh, you think they're going to bring in Beyonder?" And I'm like, "Sure, I don't know who the hell that is, but yeah, probably, maybe." I feel like there's going to be something bigger, and he's like bringing the team together type deal. It was really funny to see some of these reels where it's like the Secret Avengers getting ready to fight Doctor Doom, and they're like crying and shit because they're just people.
Yeah. They just suck, man. They don't
When
suck.
you see when you
They're just
see
kinda like
Thor come in with this, yeah,
yeah, I think Thor's gonna die. I think they're gonna tie it back to Deadpool Wolverine where he's holding Thor and he's crying.
oh yeah, yeah. No, Thor's holding him and crying.
Thor's holding him and crying. I think they're gonna tie it back to that, and then Thor's gonna die or something.
He had long hair in that clip, I thought.
Well, maybe not then. I'm gonna edit this out. I played that differently in my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
It could be kind of funny to have that because I'm not really interested in seeing any more Deadpool movies. So if they just end
someone
him
asked
right
me if I
there,
thought someone asked me if I thought Deadpool was gonna be in the movie, and him showing up in the audience, Ryan Reynolds showing up in the audience to me is a huge sign that he is gonna be in the movie. I think it's gonna be at the end though, and because the whole problem with the worlds crashing into each other leading up to Secret Wars incursions, I think that that's going to happen to whatever Earth we're on for the movie. I think it's going to be dying, and then
yeah,
this sort of like multiverse team of Avengers. And this isn't me saying that I want all these cameos. I just think it's going to be Deadpool, Wolverine at the end, and probably Tobey Maguire, maybe Andrew Garfield. I think they're going to have these characters in it again, even if it's just
yeah.
at the end. To tie, there has to be some sort of big tie to the next movie.
Well, that's why I think it's going to be like gathering the troops type deal with Doctor Doom. Maybe he's trying to prevent this shit from happening. But like when you see the clips of Shuri and Thing shaking hands and stuff like that, it seemed and some of the dialogue that goes along with that kind of feels like it's leaning this direction. But I imagine it as they're either deciding to battle each other on the battle world type thing, like they're going to fight or they're going to collaborate to try to stop it or whatever. Like it seems like a diplomatic meetup type
Yeah.
deal.
I
Or maybe
have,
switch experts, maybe.
I honestly have no idea. I can
Yeah.
speculate on what I want to happen. I honestly have no idea. And I like it that way.
Yeah,
There was
I
another trailer
generally
that released at San Diego Comic-Con that's been, like, leaks. I haven't even tried to watch it.
yeah,
I
I
haven't
heard
even tried
about
to look
that.
for it. I don't
I
want to.
generally I generally hate speculation like I just did, but
Yeah.
I also, if it happens, I wanna be like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Simon
yeah, yeah.
kinda said that."
Yeah. And these movies have recurring tropes, so
Yeah.
it'll be
The
very funny to see.
Yeah, I'm glad to see what is it, Simu? For
Simu
some
Liu.
reason,
Simu
yeah,
Liu.
I was like, couldn't say his name anymore. I was like, "Wait, where's the U?" And of his last name or the I felt
I
really
posted
silly,
a
but I'm
I posted a video last night that took off. I said, it was Simu and Ryan Gosling dance fighting in the Barbie movie,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the caption was Ghost Rider and Shang-Chi fighting in hell after they get taken out by Doctor Doom, and I was like, "This is dumb. No one's gonna laugh at this." But it took off, and some people were like, "Oh, actually, they wouldn't." I'm like, I wasn't actually saying that this is going to happen in the movie. This is obviously a stupid post.
Even Simu, he said Doctor Doom wouldn't last any time in a beach
Yeah,
off or whatever. That was
yeah.
good. I like him a lot, so I'm excited
Yeah,
to
me too.
see him. And I thought Shang-Chi was underrated. That movie is great.
Oh my god, it's one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I liked when they think outside the box, man, and
Yeah,
they don't
it was
go
one of my
straight for
favorite
the same old shit.
I hate that it gets pulled down by the rest of those movies. Ghost Rider is apparently coming out in 2028. We'll see, right?
If
So
there's
that
a
means he won't
2028.
yeah, true. That means he won't be in but it doesn't mean this, but it's implying that he won't be in Secret Wars, which
Yeah,
comes out next year, December 17th, 2027. So, we'll see.
yeah. That's the I think the reason, earlier you were saying about Marvel, like you weren't super into really seeing what all was as far as Hall H announcements. And I'm kind of that way too, mainly just because how corporations like late stage capitalism, I don't mean to make this a protest thing, but it's like, they're just fucking us. So like, I'm not going to give them any extra attention. Yeah, I'll go see the thing maybe, but I'm so disenfranchised by these companies and like how they're just bending the knee to certain things and then utilizing any way they can to fuck us as consumers. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, sure, I'm not so innocent that I'm like completely avoiding all those things, but at the same time, I'm not giving extra attention to it, I
Same.
guess, in my own way.
Yeah, and again, I've always typically enjoyed them. I feel like that's how I know I'm not a critic or a reviewer or anything like that because whenever comes time to write a review about these movies, I'm like, it's that. It's a movie. It's the movie that I thought I was going to go
Yeah.
see.
I went to go see a movie about Spider-Man and
Yeah,
sure enough, he
Spider-Man was
showed up.
on it. Yeah, Spider-Man was on it. It was fun. It's not the best thing I've ever said or ever seen. I've never said that.
Yeah.
And I think people have
I
a
am.
hard time with extremes. I think people have a hard time with like, this isn't the best movie of all time, then it is the worst movie of all time.
Yeah,
And
they don't understand gray areas.
yeah, and it's like I liked it. How could you like it? I don't know.
I didn't want to kill myself while I was in the theater, so that helped.
Also coming out in December 2028 is Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler's coming back to direct, and
They
it was
should have done
announced that
claws.
yeah,
I
they
guess
should
that's
have.
too
Like,
ubiquitous for Wolverine, but
I was thinking about
would have been good.
Monster Energy.
Mhm.
Black Panther 3, it was announced that David Johnson from Alien Romulus and The Long Walk,
Okay.
he will be cast as T'Challa's son, T'Challa Jr., aka Black Panther Jr. Well, and I made a video about this. It's not actually Black Panther Jr. because Shuri
Junior,
was
junior. Yeah,
second Black Panther. So he's second, basically Black Panther the third,
mhm.
which so the movie's named after him.
Yeah, it's good.
I made that stupid joke online and people were like, what about all of the eras of Black Panther before him? What about his father? And I was like, hey man,
Just go cry.
log off.
Whoever said that, yeah, whoever's saying that is like arguing while they're stroking. They're just
Yeah,
like
like
really,
log off,
that's
man.
how they get off.
Obviously, I'm messing around, and I'm excited about this. The whole thing with recasting Black Panther has always been a touchy subject with some people because Chadwick Boseman embodied the character so well that people could
Mhm.
not distinct or separate the character from the actor. which I get it. I think T'Challa is a big enough character that they need him in the MCU. Sure, he did a great job, but those movies will always get the flack. I hope she still stays Black Panther because it's possible to have two characters with the same. We know that it's a common thing in comic books, but those movies were always going to get so much flack from that loud ass idiot army of people that hate women.
Yeah, hate
And
women and hate black women. Hate black women,
yeah,
hate black people.
yeah. So it was just
Like, we can
always going to
tolerate
get
the
that.
man, but
It
yeah.
so they had to do something, and it's interesting that they're doing, like, bringing T'Challa back, kind of. It's not really him. We're not gonna call him T'Challa Junior, we're just gonna call him T'Challa, we're just gonna act like he's just he is him. He's T'Challa.
Yeah.
His dad was also T'Challa, but we don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, right.
It reminds me of, like, the synergy where they tried to do in the Marvel Comics after Sam Jackson was just so iconic as Nick Fury. They gave Nick Fury a black son, and they called him Nick Fury Jr. They
In
had
that
a
616.
yeah, and they had a story arc where he got an injury to the same eye, so he had to get an eye patch coincidentally, and then he
Good
be
stuff.
Nick Fury. Nick Fury went old white man Nick Fury went crazy and shot the Beyonder in the head, and Nick Fury Jr. took over as the head of Shield, just going by Nick Fury. So it's like the weird story arc just to bring in Black Nick
Isn't there a
Fury.
movie where they make fun of that trope? It's like, yeah, and I'm Beer Fast, where he's like, yeah, you can just call me whatever, even though my brother died, I'm his twin.
It's exactly that.
Yeah,
So I'm sure it'll be fine. Ryan Coogler, in my eyes, can do no wrong. So
yeah.
I'll see it.
I'm excited. It'll be good, I'm sure.
Yeah. Black Panther
Unless
1,
Marvel
amazing.
decides to.
Black Panther 2 was good. Spider-Man Brand New Day, they had a new clip and new trailer teaser for that. I don't need to see any more of that. And when it comes out next week, I'll be fine. A lot of people are really, really counting on Sadie Sink being Jean Grey. I think it's going to be one of those situations where they let themselves. I think she's not going to be that significant of a character, and it's going to really shatter a lot of people's ideas of this movie.
Yeah. At that point, you cannot win. Like, you don't want to spoil your own movie, but if you straight out say, like, and they have,
Yeah.
I am not this character. And it doesn't matter. People are going to be like, they think they're going to get us.
So that movie comes out next week. I'm excited to see it. I love Spider-Man. Vision Quest is still coming out. It's supposed to come out in December of this year. Daredevil Season 2 is coming out March 27th. And they're doing an Avengers Endgame theatrical re-release in September of this year to add some extra footage. They should have just did that like a Disney Plus special, man. Why they really try to milk it. That is fucking late stage capitalism if I've ever seen it. That's what it says.
Just Endgame. That's weird.
It says.
Yeah, that is some late stage.
It's crazy. There was other movies that were announced and things like that. There's a Matchbox movie, like the Matchbox Cars.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be fun. There was some toy news. I don't have a ton of it. I did see some things. There's like an Absolute Batman figure from McFarlane, I think.
Yeah, McFarlane has toy news. So McFarlane showed off the rest of what they were going to do because he's losing the license at the end of this year, I guess, is when it's transferring over to Mattel. Well, Mattel is, I think, in January 1st is when their collector version of their character, because they already have like their core line, which is more the kids version. Which is kind of crazy because those they're less articulated, but they look pretty good. Like the printing and quality of paint is pretty good. But the McFarlane has shown off a few things. They've shown off a few like completed versions of characters that were just Build-A-Figures. So like Mr. Freeze, almost said Dr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze.
Hey, technically he's a doctor.
Yeah, and a few others, they are coming out. And then he's doing an Absolute Batman, and it's going to be absolute shit. But that,
his stick figures are weird.
Yeah, I mean, all his figures are just strange.
I'll tell you who's making an Absolute Batman figure that I want. Obviously, if you're listening, Sideshow has this insane Absolute Batman Hot Toys. It's the most insane figure I've ever seen. Wouldn't mind. I don't want to pay $400 for it, but I wouldn't mind having it. That's life. But Blockies is coming out with one, and I'm a huge fan of Blockies.
I was about to say,
I'm trying to get that one.
Blockies are really, really coming up. I got the Marvel Rivals Moon Knight Blockies, and I really like it. It's smaller size.
Is that the one you posted a picture of?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I thought that was the Marvel, Legends one.
No, the Legends is bigger and has 2 plastic capes. It costs the same as the 2-pack of Luna Snow and Spider-Man, and it's because of all this extra plastic for the cape, which is just
Wow,
stupid.
that photo looked really good.
Thanks, I try. But yeah, the Blockies one is cool. He comes with a soft goods cape. Pretty fun. Of course, with all those models, like if you articulate a certain way, things might pop off. So it might work a little better to glue them. But so the Blockies, Absolute Batman looks solid.
I'm gonna cut this out,
But
but I'll forget to say this. I had got Blockies so one of the representatives from Blockies reached out to me, and I was so excited. I was like, "Hell yeah, this is what I've been waiting on. I want to do something with them." And they're like, "Hey, our budget is not it's like $300 or something, but we're gonna send you these 3 waves of figures that we're doing." And I was like, this is a fucking dream. I woulda did it for fucking free. And so I immediately was like, "Hell yes." And then they sent over, like, the images of the waves that they're doing, and it was, like, the fucking worst thing ever. It's like these little how they do the little packs?
mhm.
And I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick. This I will have to edit this out. I know we're running out of time. It's from the Snyderverse Justice League.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. And it's like it's also their Batman set. So it's like all the
the
Batman.
Batmobiles or
It's like the
just the Batman?
mini
That
Batmobiles
one.
with
Those look cool.
the Batman. But I mean, kind of.
I don't know. The little Batmobiles look kind of neat.
Is there a chat in here?
I don't know. I'll have to look at it later because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll send it to you. But I just was like, "Oh, you
Yeah,
sure you don't wanna send
thanks.
over you sure you don't wanna send over some Transformers,
Yeah, some of the expensive
please?"
stuff. It's expensive, $15.
But maybe they will. And what were we saying? Blockies,
Yeah,
Absolute
so
Batman looks really good.
yeah, and comparatively speaking, just go on a quick tear. Blocky's Marvel rival figures are all articulated. You look at just the shark that they came out with, pretty well articulated, scale's a little smaller. They had the Marvel Legends 2-pack of Jeff and Venom, and Jeff is just a block of plastic. You might as well get the McFarlane statue. I was like, why would anyone buy this? This is stupid.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's just like cashing in on some of those things. I know that they're trying to keep costs down, I guess, on the consumer because who's going to buy like Jeff? I plenty of fucking people are going to buy Jeff. I don't
Yeah.
know why they packaged him in with Venom. That's a weird decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Absolute Batman, the ones that I'm really excited about, and the one company that had a huge showcase was InArt. So InArt usually makes like 1/6 scale, and they're hella expensive. They usually have rooted hair, and like they're more expensive than Hot Toys. Those are kind of the battling. But they started making 1/12 figures. The first figure that they made was the Bale Batman, which a lot of people gravitated towards. And their scale is kind of weird because they made the 2 Arkham Origins figures, battle damaged and then regular, and he's like 8 inches tall. So he scales with
Yeah.
McFarlane. Great figure, but so large. The Bale one was like 6.5 maybe inches. So weird. I guess in their mind, like maybe this 8-inch figure would scale like we're not going to make all the enemies, so at least I'll let you use McFarlane who has those enemies. But they showed off Absolute Batman, which looks really sick. I was showing my wife the video of like people handling them, and they're like, how deep can he crunch? And it's funny to hear all these nerds. They basically, it's like someone unfolded a centerfold. Like
Yeah.
they're like, well, here's his crunch. And they showed it, and everybody's like, oh, because he can really articulate. His arms are like more than 90 degrees.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it is great. Damn.
It looks really good.
You said these are
In
expensive.
art's relatively inexpensive for what you're getting. I mean, it is 1/12, but the Arkham Origins Batman I got was about $100. I mean, that's a lot for an action figure, I understand, but comparatively speaking, it's pretty good. But they also
Yeah.
showed off White Knight Batman. Looks really good.
I
They
did
showed
see that
off
one. That one does look really good.
Mutant Leader and another Dark Knight Returns Batman that I'll have to get. Looks great. Both of those look really awesome. And they showed off the Arkham Joker.
They did an Alex Ross Batman, right?
Yeah, they did Alex Ross Batman and Superman Kingdom Come, I think. Those look great. So that company, yeah, is coming out of the woodwork fast and hard. LPZZ is the other brand that does the Batman. They did the Arkham Knight Batman, which was really great. They're kind of competitors now in that space, but they're both really putting out some cool figures. I didn't see anything that LPZZ was showing at SDCC, but reveals. So my big company that I always look out for is Mezco, because they have kind of their separate, what they call MezcoCon, or I think so, MezcoCon during SDCC or over the weekend. And they had some cool reveals. And they'll just like, what I like is they'll have reveals where they put out a post, and then at the show, like a new figure will just appear in their display.
Yeah.
So they'll just have it, and people are like, oh shit, they're putting out whatever. So they announced, and I think you'll appreciate the obscurity, but also just like that it's cool. They're putting out a Solomon Grundy, which looks really cool. They're making a Grey Hulk. They announced the Green Hulk last year. They're doing a Grey Hulk. They had announced a comic version of Punisher earlier in the year. And they've been teasing other figures in the announcements or like in the product images when you pre-order. And they showed a Daredevil, excuse me. And they've done Daredevil in the past, but everybody's like, no, this one's new. And then they announced it today. They announced Midnight Sun's Blade, which they've done Blade before, but this is a new Blade, which is exciting. What else? There's so much that comes out, but mostly it was licensed figures. Lion-O looks great. They announced that they were getting the Thundercats license, but they showed Lion-O off on the floor, and then they announced that Mum-Ra was coming out, which they'd have to. I'm trying to think what else, but there was a shit ton of announcements. Definitely got to check out their Instagram to get the full encapsulation, but they do a lot of teaser images. Yeah, it was very exciting. And I don't know. They might still be announcing. There might be something I've missed as we're recording this.
Yeah, that also goes for anything STC Sunday, because that's when we're recording this. So if I missed anything. And I saw that NECA lost the TMNT license.
I don't think that they lost it. I think that they just didn't bid on, because Mattel basically bought the license out from under Playmate. Because Mezco still had turtle figures coming out. They showed off the turtle figures from Mondo, who also had a big showing this year. So Mondo's Donatello came out. He's already going for like 500 now.
He looks
and they're
cool.
going to continue that. Yeah, they're going to continue that line. Shredder looks aces.
Yeah, it really does.
But they showed them all off. And so NECA, they just, I guess, decided they were done.
Crazy. It seems crazy to me.
Yeah, it's weird. They put out the Fortnite ones.
I know they make other figures, but like it seems like they make a lot of Ninja Turtle figures.
I will say that they've kind of started scraping the bottom of the barrel. As you know, you got the Vacation Turtles. Like it's like they had Grandma Bebop, it is weird. They just put out the Fortnite Turtles, and honestly, those are probably the best engineered ones. Wow. They have like extra ab crunch, hip drops and stuff. They're pretty good. They didn't come with really any accessories because they put all the money in the body engineering, but they're solid. Pretty fun.
I saw that they were not going to put out Slash from the 2012 show. They had showed him before, but they said that they weren't actually going to make it because it cost too much with the time that they had left.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, they showed off a giant 3-foot crane figure that they were going to make. Yeah, it's weird that it's pretty much over, but I guess there's something because Mezco showed off.
Still have it?
Who cares? I don't know. I don't think so.
I haven't heard them announce anything in a while.
Yeah, I they had all those layoffs. I don't think that they're doing super well. What was I going to say? But Mezco, they still have a Shredder to put out, a Splinter to put out, and Foot Soldiers that they haven't done a pre-order for. So I'm not sure
I did see a Shredder at SDCC. It looked really cool. It looked better than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah, they do a mix of like comics, cartoons, and whatever with all the turtle stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the license really entails, but it is kind of interesting how they're doing it, because you have some companies that are just like done.
I think Playmates said I think I saw something that Playmates was trying to like argue against it, like trying to keep the license or something.
Maybe the old stuff. I don't know. They put out the G.I. Joe crossover. Those are pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
They're like the remastered version with knees and elbows and stuff.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Marvel Legends, they did announce some Doomsday figures. They always come out with the figures right before the movie comes out. They have Doctor Doom, Magneto, I think Cyclops and Gambit from the X-Men, I'm not sure if they had any of the Fantastic Four, but I mean,
Yeah, they showed off Reed and Shang-Chi as well as other
mm,
characters.
yeah, those would be cool. You don't do
Yeah,
Marvel Legends anymore, do you?
not a lot. I do every once in a while. I got that Punisher. I mean, like I was gonna get the Moon Knight, but I ended up talking myself out of it. So every once in a
Yeah.
while, I'll grab one if
I
it's a
just
character I
this
don't have.
this Doctor Doom, there's no reason I would get this Doctor Doom over, like, any of the other Doctor Dooms they've done.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
love the MCU that much where I would need to have the live action one.
Figure Art showed off that Doctor Doom too. They announced it today. But I'm the same.
See that?
I have the Mezco version is so good as a classic Doom. If you
Do you
wanted a
have that one?
premium format, yeah. If you wanted a
Yeah, that one's
premium
great.
format, that one's fine. But
Yeah, that
Marvel
one's great.
Legends has plenty of classic Doom. In other non-Marvel news, Figure Arts also announced Dark Deku
Oh my
figure.
god, I saw that and it looks insane.
So that yeah, that looks cool. I'm excited about that.
I don't have a lot of figure arts, I have a few. I plan on definitely getting that one.
Yeah, it looks super solid. A lot of people were just making custom kits, to add to their other figures. So
Oh,
that one
okay,
I'm
here, I
excited
got
about.
I see the figure arts and yeah, it looks pretty good. Doctor Doom and this Captain America looks pretty good too.
Mm, mhm. Well, in other Mondo news, they're doing they've done that 112 real Ghostbusters, which all look really nice, but they're also
Yeah.
making their Ecto
They're
1.
so expensive, man.
Yeah. Well, I say yes, but I heard that they're as long as they're engineered well, it's worth it to me because it's no different than any of those other ones that I
Yeah,
talked about.
and
They're
they're
about the
almost
same
like,
price.
like those vinyl and not sculptures, but vinyl figures that come out that are really, really expensive, like get up into the
Yeah.
300, $400. They're almost like that,
Yeah.
the way they produce them.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
they had a
Mondo.
Batman Beyond a few years ago that I was like, "Man, I wanted that so bad."
Yeah, and they're doing some of the other Justice League Unlimited looks, like the Batman, Adventures Continues look and a few other.
The Hot
Yeah,
Toys, the Doctor Doom Hot Toys, sorry, this is I just saw it. Looks pretty nuts.
they're making a throne too. It's gonna be like $1,000.
Looks pretty nuts. Damn, Hot Toys doesn't mess around.
Nah.
They have Magneto, Gambit, Cyclops, and Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Beast.
gonna be great.
Yeah, that looks gross, actually.
Fuck if it's Kelsey Grammer, yeah, fuck him. I hope he
Well,
dies fast.
it is Kelsey Grammer, but, like, the figure is furry, like it should be, but not the head. So it's like a old action figure where it's like a Barbie
Well, where
doll almost.
it's plastic and then the rest is
Yeah,
furry. Yeah, that is kinda weird when they do that. They did that with Spider-Man. A lot of times Spider-Man's head is plastic and the rest of his
plastic.
body is cloth like you would imagine.
I'm sure there's a ton of stuff
Def
we didn't talk about from San Diego Comic-Con, and well, that covered most of the things that I caught.
Yeah. I'm excited about some of these. The in-art reveals were nuts. I'm excited about most of those.
Yeah.
Those figures, honestly, Mafek and SH Figure Arts used to be my go-tos for all those things, and now these other companies, like I said, LPZZ, but they go by something else also. They are some of the best. They're so good, man. They're engineered so well.
And they're coming out with an Absolute Batman too?
I don't know yet, but those two kind of tag team the license. So you'll see, the InArt I think made the Red Death Flash, and then LPZZ made the Batman Who Laughs and Deathstroke. But they all look good. I mean, they're super premium figures for the price. So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I gotta get 'em.
SDCC, I get excited about it. It's cool stuff. Well, I guess the other Marvel Legends action or the other Marvel Legend kind of announcements were like the Gamerverse continues, so they're gonna have made to order Sentinels from the Gamerverse. So like the Marvel
Well,
vs.
yeah, yeah.
Capcom Sentinel.
I like that one. I've been really enjoying the Gamerverse ones, but I was at maybe Barnes& and Noble the other day, and I saw the figure arts, Gamerverse, Spider-Man, and Cyclops, and I was like, "Damn, I really want those. Those look great, man."
Yeah, Cyclops is good. Spider-Verse I've heard is the best one, like best Spider-Man
Yeah,
figure made. I don't know if I agree with that,
yeah,
but he looks good.
yeah. I was like, "Damn, I kinda want those. They look great."
Yeah.
But as usual, I talk myself out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I think
I don't know.
I mean, is there anything else that you caught this weekend that may have caught your eye?
Those were the big things. I mean, I haven't I can't think of anything else that really just like stole the show for me. So no, not yet. I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be cool to see some of these in real life and actually get them in hand.
Yeah.
But
Same. I think the most, as someone that wasn't there, I think I was really excited about all of the DC announcements, and I'll be making more videos about all of that stuff as they come out. And then July really wasn't much else going on in July, man,
yeah,
besides
I'm excited to hear more about the
Eternal.
DC stuff
Yeah,
coming from you. So,
yeah,
so
excited about that. Spider-Man comes out next week. I don't know if you plan on seeing it.
yeah,
I'll probably see it next
yeah.
weekend.
I mean, I like Spider Man. I still like Spider Man.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited about that one. Well, folks, we're circling the drain. I really say that because I have to go to the bathroom.
He's thinking about drains now.
That's the that's the perfect time to cut this episode off. We will be back next month with a recap of August.
Yeah, August. That's
Yeah,
that's after July, maybe July, end of July.
yeah. Well, Spider Man. Maybe we'll hop back on to talk about Spider Man as like a bonus thing, just so it's not like a month out. But we'll be back to talk about August. There's no convention taking over the entire feed, so I won't be distracted and have better news and notes for you guys. But yeah, that'll do it for this month's episode. Simon, where can the people find you?
If you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram. That's where I mainly post, but Sime_on_toast. If you want to see some pictures of toys and action figures, that's where you can find me.
And you can find me anywhere you're looking at Wednesday Polls. So check out our stuff whenever you get a
Yeah, go
chance.
look.
And
Go click on some things.
yeah, leave a nice comment and tell us that we look pretty. That'd be
Or
really
a mean
nice.
comment. That's fine. That'll give us another chance to block somebody. But
Yeah. I'll just ignore those or block them. We'll see you guys next time.
bye.